Welcome back to Candy's Classic Game Shrine, everyone. Today I'm going to do an accessory review, and it's going to be of the Retro Fighters Brawler 64 gamepad for the N64. Now you can see the Retro Fighters here on the left and the original N64 on the right. I wanted to get the traditional colors, so as you can see side by side they're really close. However, this doesn't have the third peg, and it's a much nicer form factor. It's very similar to the Switch's Pro controller or even a 360 controller. One thing I have to say off the bat that I love about this, there is ample wire here because my TV, as you can see, is here, but the N64 is all the way over behind my dog's butt. And it reaches, which is really nice. Now, going on what I was saying about things that are nice about this controller, second thing, this is butter. This is so smooth, so much better than this here. And this is a replaced one that I did. It's just so much more comfortable than this. Another difference right away that you'll notice is the Z button. Since there's no middle prong, they place them on either side of the controller, which gives you easy access for games like Mario Kart. Another thing, the D-pad is really nice on this. It's stiff, but not too stiff. And I think with some gameplay, it'll wear in just nice. One thing I have to say that's kind of on the negative side, the plastic on the buttons feels a little bit cheaper than the original ones, which, I mean, I expect that. This is a third-party controller, and I'd rather them skimp on the button quality than the rest of the quality of the controller, so that's not too bad. Now, for those of you that are looking at the back here, you'll notice that there's the port here for the various accessories. You got the memory card, the rumble pack, and the transfer pack. So during this review, I'm going to go and test through all of these with various games and make sure that it works pretty well and see what games it may not work with well. Okay, we're going to try out Star Fox 64 with the rumble pack. It's a very snug fit. It doesn't rattle around. So let's see. I'm going to need it. So like I was saying, the poor gameplay does not reflect the quality of the controller. It reflects the quality of just me sucking at these games. Oh, there's the rumble. Okay, rumble works.
Get back here!
Now, I don't know if you can see the... Well, you can definitely hear the rumbling. And I can assure you that it works just fine. Let's try out our next game. We will be doing the Transfer Pack and Pokemon Stadium. So upon further inspection, trying to use the transfer pack and place it into the port, you'll notice that it's an extremely tight fit if I don't drop the controller. You can only get it about that far in without putting excessive force, and the reason being is there's no groove on the top of this, whereas in here, I don't know if you can see it, but this little groove here in the center on the top is what prevents this from sliding in nicely. So I'm wondering if I file that down, if it won't fit and work. So let's try the memory card. It's been a long time since I've used this. I think I've used this once the entire time I've ever owned this. Okay, so the memory card fits in nicely. That's good. So let's see if a game recognizes it. We'll open up South Park because I'm pretty sure South Park will let you know if it recognizes a memory card. This controller pack is damaged. I'm not surprised. Attempt repair, because this thing is like 30 years old almost. It's physically damaged. It can't be used. Okay, well, we know that the memory card at least fits in here. My memory card is busted. Like I said, I've only used this maybe once my entire life that I've had this. I've had it since it was new. So, let's just test out some other games and see how they work. This will be, I guess, a first-person shooter style test. Okay, perfect. So yeah, for this game, you use the yellow buttons, the C buttons, to move, and this is to change your view, if you will. And the Z buttons are perfectly placed here because that's what fires your weapon. The L and R buttons are your jump buttons, and up is the changing of the power of your weapon. Interesting. There we go. A and B is what changes your weapon. It's been a while. Okay, apart from this game's terrible controls and design, this controller definitely makes it much more playable.
I'm so mad at you guys.
Oh. And I figured, why not end off the testing with some Mario Kart? Let's lower that a little bit because that's way too loud compared to the other games. I mean, who doesn't love this game? I mean, then again, I actually do know people that don't like this game. They prefer Diddy Kong Racing over this. I'm not one of those people. The joystick is extremely sensitive / accurate, so I feel like driving in Mario Kart is a lot easier with this controller than the original one. Don't you dare use that banana on me, Luigi. And there we have it. This controller is freaking amazing. This is a fantastic replacement for your OEM N64 controller, and I would recommend it to pretty much everyone, unless you want to use the transfer pack, because that is not compatible at the moment. At least with the model I have, the port in the back is just not wide enough. So if you want to play Pokemon Stadium, or the one or two other games that actually use the transfer pack, you're kind of shit out of luck there. You might have to get the Hori pad for that, or I think it's the Retro Bit is the other controller that mimics the Hori. I'm not sure if those work with the transfer pack, but I'll try and get my hands on one and let you guys know. So with that said, everyone, until next time, take care. At this time, I'd like to take a moment out to say thank you to my Patreon supporters: Barclay Crazy, Chipper Angela's Negrete, Joyful Sworn, Michael Carter, The SideQuest Gamer, Robbie Martine McEvoy, and Brett Conley. Thank you so much for your support.